this film right here brings that fire, that retro swag, all the way from 40-something years ago, man, and brings that shit current in 2018, still adding a little bit of retro swag to it. I think that a lot of people are going to love this movie, but some people might get a little bit annoyed with the tropes that are in it as well.
I agree with that.
Yeah, so coming up, Halloween review.
Thank you for watching Jody's Corner, my favorite.
Thank you so much.
YouTube was good. It's your boy Jody Joe. Welcome to Jody's Corner. I'm Jody Joe, ripping that Superman status, and to my right is my man E, aka Green Arrow, saving the city one block at a time.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy E, aka Green Arrow, aka Green Ranger. What's going on with y'all?
Yeah, we here, bro. We two parts of the Just Us League, and we are here up in the studio, paid for donations from viewers like you.
Thank y'all.
Who tune into the live streams and donate to making this channel a better place to bring you guys real, raw entertainment. That's really what it's about. And I invite you all to come and check us out this Friday live at 5 p.m. Pacific time for the Just Us League live stream, baby. We do it here every other Wednesday and Friday on Jody's Corner, baby.
Yep.
Check us out, man. That's where we at. All right, so Halloween. This film takes place 40 years from the first Halloween movie. So what happened was David Fincher and some other fools decided to let's change Mike Myers up a little bit. He's a demonic, popping up out of nowhere, inconsistent character. So they basically retconned a lot of them other Halloween movies, and this is basically Halloween 1 and then Halloween 2018. This is the sequel to the first Halloween with Jamie Lee Curtis 40 years ago.
Let's do them a little better. Let's humanize them, which I love about that.
Which is the reason why we went to go see this film, because I don't mess with anything demonic.
And me either.
And neither did. So that's why we went to go see this film, and we are giving you this review now. So it takes place 40 years after the events of the first Halloween, where Mike Myers runs amok in that house and killing people. 5 people died or something like that.
Yep.
And then he spends the next 40 years in seclusion in a mental institution / prison type of get down. And this is a film that is starting to explore what it's like after the damage.
Yep.
And it shows that 40-year-old aged Jamie Lee Curtis, and she now has a daughter.
Yep.
And her daughter has a daughter, which makes Jamie Lee Curtis's character a grandma. So 40 years later, Mike Myers on Halloween, October 31st, 2018,
yep,
he gets out. And you know what the freak happens after that. That's the story. So first impressions I'll talk about real quick. First and foremost, the most litest thing about this movie was the experience that we watched it in, because the theater was lit.
Hell yeah.
It helped the movie out a lot.
Wow.
There was a whole lot of head crushing. Ooh, oh, damn. It was a lot of that. It was a lot of that shit. But it wasn't obnoxious to the point where, you know, being in Los Angeles, man, I don't know about where y'all from, but in LA, when we go to the hood where the black folk and the Mexicans are at, shit gets real. You can be yourself and react accordingly, and it's just fun. It felt like we was in high school just having fun with this film. Yep. And you can't really do that in Hollywood, in Culver City, in West LA, because the white people, excuse me, can you please be quiet as this man hacks off this woman's head? Bitch, that shit is crazy to me, bruh. I hate when people try to contain their dick. Mr. Indubitably, this film is bullshit. This is a Halloween slasher horror film that is meant to be enjoyed and expects reactions from the audience. And that's the type of film this was, and that's the type of theater we had, bro. Like I was telling you the story about the time that in Knott's Berry Farm is a theme park out here called Knott's Berry Farm, and it's a free fall ride called Supreme Scream. Man. When that ride first opened up, I'm watching an interview on TV, and it's this middle-aged, beer belly businessman, white dude with some shades on, a blue collar button down and a tie, and he has this little 8-year-old boy interviewing with him. He's like, yeah, so this is Supreme Scream. This is the world's the tallest free fall west of the Mississippi. And he's like, can we ride it? He says, absolutely. So here this middle-aged white guy gets on the ride with this little 10-year-old boy, and they're at the top, and they're like, 3, 2, 1, and shoom, it just drops him. And the boy right next to the man is like, ah! And the man, the white preppy, the businessman is sitting here like this.
Knowing he want to scream.
In free fall.
Knowing
His
he wanna
tie
scream.
is just flailing like a motherfucker. All of his clothes are just flying on. He's like this. With his shades on, trying to reserve himself. Stop that bullshit, bruh. That shit corny, bruh. Yeah. And that's the same exact type of thing when the motherfuckers be in that theater, when the theater is meant to be enjoyed and entertained this way, and you guys try to...
Yeah, it's not meant to be quiet. It's not meant to that. It's not that type of movie. It's meant to, oh my God, what's good?
Exactly. The whole theater was in unison with it. There was no there wasn't really it was just that good with the reaction. So overall, I would like to say that the font of this film was dope. They paid attention to the detail. This is a retro feeling movie. It reminded me of Stranger Things, how much of a throwback it is to the 80s.
Yeah, it did.
Like, this film has a lot of that. From the score, the font of the text, to the classic directing style, man. This director did an amazing job, man. I love what you did with Mike Myers, man. You humanized that man, and everywhere he traveled there was no popping up and reappearing. None of that bullshit. This is the most realistic one, man. Yeah. And I loved how real it felt, but there was a couple of things that took me out of the movie that I'm going to get to a little bit later. What are your first impressions, though, E?
Man, I definitely enjoyed this movie. I mean, how things, interact with it and how they were, bringing out things and showing little clips of little different things of how he is and what he's about. And I mean, it was crazy. I definitely enjoyed Jamie Lee Curtis.
Shout out to Jamie Lee.
The things that she had did in this movie shocked the hell out of me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't think she was going to be like that. I thought maybe they was going to... But
they did.
She did an amazing job in this movie. An amazing job. And I enjoyed it. Like some of these people, it surprised me in this movie. Like, some of these people, I wanted to get ghosts. Like, they had to go, man. Like,
some people I was screaming at the screen to die.
The mama.
Some freaking annoying people.
The daughter. They had to go. You guys, when you guys see this movie, you're gonna see what we're talking about on that. But this movie was very amazing. I enjoyed it. I'm glad that they humanized this movie, because I would have never seen this movie if it was demonic. Like, back how it used to be.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't do demonic movies. I'm surprised that, like that. Shout out to my boy J3 for even telling me about this, because, bro, I would have never seen this movie at all, and I would have missed out. You know what I mean? If this movie was demonic, I wouldn't have did it. By its being humanized, I enjoyed this movie. You know what I'm saying? Everything about this movie was great. You know what I mean? It has its ips and downs, but we'll go back there. Yeah, but it was great. I mean, the little scenes that Michael Myers was doing, it was bananas. You know what I mean? It was a hell of bananas. How he got the things that he did and did the things he was doing was like, how is this man doing this? What's going on?
Yeah.
But for me though, I enjoyed it.
So it's a really captivating film, and a lot of attention to detail was placed in this film. A lot of the characters I enjoyed, and some of the characters I freaking hated. And I guess that was the job. I guess that's what they were going for. And that's what it means when I come to the negative. That's what I mean, because this film was so realistic, right?
Yeah.
And I felt immersed in it. It's like putting on virtual 3D glasses with the headphones in that little encasement at the mall, and you're just pew 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 in your little land. Pew pew, yeah. I'm a freaking space cop. Pew 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 pew, and you shooting the shit out of them motherfucking aliens, bruh. And then your freaking cousin come in. Hey, come on, man, we gotta go.
Oh man, wait, man, come on.
Snaps you out of that reality. Do you know who the cousin is who comes and snaps me out of the reality in this film? It's the freaking horror tropes. It's the cliches. It's when those cliche horror tropes come, it takes me out of that reality. I'll give you guys an example. Girl slips and falls on a sock out of nowhere just to give time to close that gap. You know those ones. Introduces a douchebag in a scene just for us to see him get hacked and have a reaction to it. And one of the biggest ones that I have a complaint about is not guilty in this film. It's every horror movie, for that matter. The ones that I've seen. The director, horror movies are guilty of this the most. Horror films rely on what the director shows the audience. So you know this little window right here. This window here that the director shows us that allows us to see through into this world of horror is what we are bound by. And he uses everything outside of this to get us. So when the character goes into, let's say, a 10 by 10 closet. So I'm walking into a closet. I look around me. I have a full 3D view around me. I turn around. I see no one's here. And there's a couple of articles here that I could clearly see around. I would be able to see a 10-foot man if I wanted to behind this shit. Nothing. Okay, I'm safe. There's nothing here. Right. And this is not the reappearing, disappearing Mike Myers. But all of a sudden, there's a sound, and the character looks over in a doorway, and right here in her peripherals, which she should see, by the way, but it happens to be off camera because the director's only showing us this window. So when the character is looking this way, and all of this is off camera, but the character should be able to easily see that shit, doesn't. And the guy, just for a jump scare. And that happens a lot in horror movies. And that's just something that brings me out of especially with this film, because this film feels so raw and realistic. Like, there is a man out there who could freaking put on a freaking suit and a mask and a knife and do this shit.
Yeah.
Until those classic anime tropes happen and it pulls you out. Nah, nigga, you watching a movie. I'm completely reality checked by it. Nah, nigga, you thought this was one of those? Slip and fall on the sock? Nah, bro, what you thought this was? And that brought the movie down for me. I just hated getting snatched out of it. But it was a good movie, entertaining, well-directed. Pace was great. Horror elements were great. The sound design was great. The kills in this movie were so graphic and awesome, bro. And there were some CG kills, but they looked realistic. You know what I'm saying? Like, simple, brutal ones, too. Yeah. Really simple, I like original-looking type of massacre-type style kills. I really liked a lot, man. And they were so brutal. You felt them, bro. Like you said, you feel those kills.
Yeah.
Which is dope.
I felt the pain, the people was happening to them, the things that was actually going on.
The whole audience did, because we were all like, ooh!
It was crazy. It was just like, the things that was actually happening, you can see, you basically want to scream out, run!
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, it's just crazy. But the point, as more as you were saying on that too, a lot of things too was obvious. Some things that was happening with a certain situation, and it's kind of like, all right, they're about to go here. This is about to happen. It was just kind of obvious compared to not being, because it's like, if you're gonna do something like this and you're trying to make it realistic, some things that actually happened, you know what I mean, it was like too real. It wasn't realistic enough. You know what I mean? Like, the things that Michael Myers was doing, like, this man should be dead. You know what I mean? Literally, this man should have been dead.
I don't know. A man could take that type of punishment, like we talked about.
But
a man could take that type of punishment, like a man who's mentally driven like that, with all those chemical imbalances shooting at adrenaline in his body, someone who's determined and who's like literally like insane. Someone like that, I could see them having that type of strength and that type of imperviousness to.
I mean, but as people,
he was in pain, bro. You can hear him grunting.
Yeah, it's true.
Very realistic, bro.
But he
was taking pain. He was taking punishment.
A lot of things that was actually happening, if him coming into a doorway or coming in somewhere or whatever, people should have heard these things. You know what I mean? This man wasn't.
People did hear them things with them big his boots he had on and shit. They was listening. Like, oh, you mean when he was sneaking up on motherfuckers?
Yeah, obviously not.
Hey, man, he's been in those boots for 40 years, bro. He mastered how to make them motherfuckers be loud to scare you, and he makes them motherfuckers silent, like Black Panther boots and shit. You don't hear nothing.
Yo, he got the silencer.
40 years in them same boots?
Yeah.
Shit. You know that motherfucker mastered some shit.
he did some drag shit.
Bro. I know, yeah.
Oh my god! But
so yeah. It's dope, man. This movie's dope. It's a really good movie. So I guess final word. I guess final call. Me and you. I'll go first. This is a really good horror film that I recommend you guys see with your friends, your girl, a date. But don't pussy out and scream too much. Let her scream and jump in your arms. But be careful, dude. You don't want to scream too, because she gonna be like, "This nigga, what the freak?" And you ain't gonna get a booty that night. So, partners, just everybody go see it. It's really good.
Oh yeah.
And those tropes bogged it down for me. Overall, really solid, great slasher, hugely successful. I know this will be in the box office.
This was a great.
It's a really good film, but it's bogged down by those tropes that I really don't like. What about you?
I agree with that. Like, there are a lot of things. This was a good thriller movie.
Oh, my bad. I'm supposed to give it a grade. My bad. And for that, this movie was going for an A for a long time, but those tropes took me out of it. So that's why I give it this B. Mike, don't be mad at me, bruh. Don't be mad at me, Mike. This motherfucker gonna come for me, bruh. He was a B, you son of a bitch. Like, sorry, Mike, but that's just weird. Hey, but this B, solid grade for a solid film, really good movie, and I definitely hope this beats Venom in the box office.
Oh, you know it is.
No, it's gonna be number one, but I mean overall, worldwide, after it's all said and done.
Yeah.
Where you at though with it, bro?
Just as we said about, like this was a good movie. I mean, this was really good. Thank you guys for humoring this man down. Thank you once again for that. But like he's just the little ins and outs, it was just too obvious. So I mean, like you stole one basically what I was gonna say. I've been thinking the same shit. It's a B. It's a B movie.
Double B for that, man. Mike, look how he looking right there like,
coming for you, bastard.
Yeah. Hey, this is a solid film. I highly recommend going to see this motherfucker, hands down. I think this is going to be great. You guys will enjoy it. It's one of those things. But I'm going to I have a question for you guys now. This is legitimate. Put down in the comment section your feelings and your thoughts. And I have a question. Horror fans, do you guys look forward to these cliche horror tropes, or do you like them? Do you want them? Or do you see that eliminating these horror tropes would actually make the film a lot more realistic and better? So I'm curious, because I know some horror fans be like, yeah, I like that stuff, dude. It's awesome. I get you. But since I'm not a horror guy coming in and watching it, it sticks out like a sore thumb. So I'm asking you horror fans, would you guys like to do without those? Because I think it's kind of like doing movies a disservice, if you ask me.
Right.
So to put that down in the comment section. So what's going on here is we're reviewing from the studio. Shout out to donations from people like you who come and see us on the live streams. So we had a stream yesterday, which was Wednesday. We stream on Jody's Corner every other Wednesday and Friday. So this week, we're streaming on Jody's Corner Wednesday and tomorrow, Friday. You guys are seeing it Friday. So this Friday, October, it will be 18th?
Mm-hmm.
Or the 19th?
The 19th.
The 19th. October 19th. Come check out my channel for the live stream with me and the homies, the Just Us League, here from the studio, where we're going to have live stream topics based on anything pop culture. I look forward to seeing you guys there. And thank you very much for your guys watching and supporting this channel.
Most definitely.
Shout out to my man, Asian homie. Shout out to, I'm drawing blanks like a motherfucker right now. God damn, man, just went heavy. He went ham in the stream on Friday, bro. Oh my gosh. You know, he put the extra 60. You know who you are, bro. You put that extra 60. Was like, bro, I forgot about. I know your name, but I'm just drawing. It says, freak. Subscribe to the channel for that real content. I'm Jody Joe, and that's
thumbs up that video too.
Yeah,
I see this.
Thumbs up the video.
Show that love.
We are 2 parts of the Just Us League, and we out this thing, man. Deuces.